This is the Big Island, Channel 6, Hawaii at its best.
Keoho's Weekly Highlights is brought to you by the Crown Lands of Keoho, the Keoho Shopping Village, Keoho Kona Realty, and the Keoho Beach Hotel. Be sure to watch for weekly highlights, 6:30 and 7:30 p.m., 7 nights a week, here on Channel 6. Aloha and good evening, everyone. Nice having you here on Keoho's Weekly Highlights. I'm Lyman Medeiros. Coming up tonight, we have some Halloween ghosts and goblins from West Hawaii. We'll bring you part 2 of our historical look at Dr. Harvey Hayashi. And we'll also be visiting with the people of Hospice of Kona. That and more is coming up tonight here on Keoho's Weekly Highlights. We'll be right back.
Get away for the day at beautiful Keoho Shopping Village with over 40 stores to choose from like these. Possible Dreams, Kona's best gift shop. Hawaii Floral Express, helping you to share the beauty of Hawaii. Keoho Shopping Village, so much to see and do.
When Hawaii's royalty would relax and play, they selected Keoho as the preferred place to live and remain. This unique area, the birthplace of King Kamehameha III, is blessed with year-round perfect weather, calm tropical waters, and bountiful ocean harvests, and therefore was honored as the crowned lands of Keoho. Now everyone can inherit this regal lineage of Keoho with its hotels and condominium choices, championship golf course, world-class tennis, and modern shopping complex. Explore the crowned lands of Keoho and discover how ultimate life can be.
At the Keoho Beach Hotel, our Sunday brunch is when we like to spoil the whole family, so Mom can enjoy the party. Everybody's favorite foods are beautifully prepared, and you can have all you want. Kaipo and Kalihua will entertain you with Kona's favorite songs. Come join us for a sumptuous Sunday brunch on the Ocean Terrace. E komo mai. We welcome you to the Keoho Beach Hotel, the true spirit of aloha.
Hi, and welcome back to our show, and check it out. Finally, after 6 long weeks, the cast came off. Took it off last Friday at Dr. Blum's office. So what's the moral of the story here? Well, the old saying about falling off a horse and getting back on again? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think I'll be getting up on ladders for too much longer here. I think I like my arm just the way it is. If you thought falling off of ladders was scary, check this out.
It has a green light in front. Well, from the door there's a light. And then you go down and then it's dark right here.
It's definitely dark.
My favorite, the guy coming out of the underneath the bridge. Chainsaw Massacre. I like the swamp.
Probably the end. I couldn't see anything, and then the strobe light turned on, and it definitely surprised me.
And then you've got the cage where like cavemen are banging against the things and stuff.
What's all the scary talk about? Well, with Halloween here, you better keep looking over your shoulder, especially when you enter the House of Frights in Waimea Center.
It was scary. How scary was it? Really scary.
It's scary, all right, but they're not out for blood. They need your support in helping raise funds for the much-needed North Hawaii Community Hospital.
Well, I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's your chance to vicariously live in a haunted movie or a horror movie. You know, we watch so much, now you get to participate in it. And I think it's great fun. It cuts across all of society, and a lot of people can enjoy it, and a lot of people can participate and help the hospital. And it's great fun on Halloween.
Acting students, volunteers, and the Merchants Association help make it all possible.
I think it's great. I mean, I'm one of these people that just get behind it. I've been doing makeup and I've been getting involved. I'll be doing one of the characters tomorrow, so we're basically involved in the whole thing.
The haunted house was open through Halloween night. With all of its special effects, chances are you had a good scare. But the question we're all asking is...
Did you get axed? Yeah, I got axed.
Now it's time for some Halloween storytelling. It was high noon at Keoho, where witches, goblins, and monsters would go. Some were hairy, some were scary. There were those who were green, and those who were just plain mean. It was Keoho Shopping Village's Halloween costume contest. The event drew all kinds of young trick-or-treaters. Their costumes were out of this world, we hope.
Well, today we have a Halloween at Keoho promotion. Basically, we wanted to provide a fun-filled day for the kids. We're having storytelling for the Good Witch of Keoho, and we'll also be having a free picture taking with the Good Witch of Keoho. And we also have a greeting card that we're going to send up to the patients at the Kona Hospital.
A carved pumpkin contest was another highlight. They get better and better every year.
This is super fun.
Oh, look at all the I like your mouth too. Wow.
Where's that guy got?
Congratulations to the winners, and from the folks at Keoho, a happy Halloween to all.
Hello, my name is Jean Murphy. I'm president and principal broker of Keoho Kona Realty, Inc. I've had the privilege of actively participating in the planning, the marketing, and sales of many fine quality developments here in Keoho Kona. Situated in prestigious Keoho Estates and built across 2 lots, Haliloa is everything imaginable in a dream home. This 5-bedroom, marble-floored home captures expansive ocean and golf course views. Its creative swimming pool, flowing through the entire home, is complemented by waterfalls amidst lushly tropical landscaping. Enjoy the tennis court, cabana, jacuzzi, bar, and barbecue area, which make Haliloa ideal for fine quality living. Please call me to learn more about the pleasures of living in Keauhou.
Get away for the day in beautiful Keauhou Shopping Village with over 40 stores to choose from, like these. Alapakis. Remember the islands with authentic Hawaiian gifts. Drysdale's 2 Restaurant, where sports fans gather for cocktails and great food. Keauhou Shopping Village. So much to see and do.
Kehuliauana o Hawaii, Recalling Hawaii's Past. In this edition, part 2 of Dr. Harvey Hayashi's contribution to the Kona community. In 1895, Saburo Hayashi returned to Japan at his parents' request to marry Matsu Kawarada. As the first daughter of a samurai family, Matsu received the training appropriate for a Japanese bride-to-be from a prominent family, including music, calligraphy, Japanese classic literature, and flower arrangement. While Matsu dreamed of Hawaii and looked forward to a wonderful American life, she was shocked to see the substandard and rural conditions of late 19th century Holualoa, where most of the people were uneducated farmers with heavy regional dialects. Most of the buildings in Holualoa were poorly constructed and lacked any sanitary facilities. As the daughter of a samurai, Matsu held her feelings inside and never complained to her husband or to her family in Japan. She bore 12 children in her lifetime. Mrs. Hayashi worked alongside her husband for the next 40 years as he continued to concern himself with the socio-economic conditions of Kona's Japanese community. Dr. Hayashi involved himself in the labor, economic, and educational issues of the day and was the foremost political leader in the Japanese community in Kona at that time. During the late 1800s, there were no cemeteries in the Holualoa area. Hayashi advocated the establishment of a Japanese cemetery in North Kona, and in the late 1896, the North Kona Japanese Community Cemetery was officially established. This cemetery can still be seen today on the old Mamalahoa Highway near the town of Holualoa. Because children were needed to work on the coffee farms and because the intention was always to return to Japan, immigrant parents, for the most part, did not send their children to public schools during these early years. Subsequently, most Japanese children growing up in Kona during this period could speak neither Japanese or English correctly. While Dr. Hayashi believed in the benefits of a public school education, he also firmly believed that these children should also be educated in the Japanese language and its culture. In April 1898, Hayashi participated in organizing the only independent Japanese language school in Hawaii, not affiliated with any religious organization. The school was called the North Kona Japanese Language School, and Matsu Hayashi became its first elementary language teacher. During the same period of time, Hayashi decided to act on his concern for the lack of newspapers and magazines written in Japanese when he started his own Japanese language newspaper called the Kona Echo. He had always a strong desire to write articles on his ideas, thoughts, and opinions, and the newspaper was his outlet for many years. In his editorials, Dr. Hayashi often attacked the bureaucratic Japanese consul general and consulate officials, dishonest political and religious leaders, immorality, and racial prejudice. The paper was produced from an office located at the family residence, and with the help of his wife, Matsu, and his children, this weekly newspaper served the community for many years. Among Dr. Hayashi's many endeavors to help the poor coffee farmers was a general store called the Kona Trading Company, which sold goods to the farmers at a lower cost on credit. He also helped to organize the Japanese Benevolent Association to help the needy Japanese of Kona. Over the years, Dr. Hayashi championed many causes for racial, economic, and political equality for the poor. He thought nothing of taking on the Japanese consulate in Honolulu, haole landowners, and a political and labor system that shut the Japanese immigrant out. Dr. Harvey Saburo Hayashi not only served the Kona community as a trusted physician, husband, and father, but also as a valued community leader, newspaper publisher, and proponent of racial equality. His wife Matsu, determined to endure in her adopted home, bore 12 children in her lifetime and served the community until her death in 1972. Dr. Hayashi practiced medicine until his death in 1943. They were both buried at the Central Kona Union Church Cemetery. Saburo Hayashi enriched the Kona community with his courage and remarkable generosity and is still fondly remembered nearly 100 years later. Ke huliau ana o Hawaii. Join us in the coming weeks as we continue to recall Hawaii's past.
We all work hard in life, so you've earned and deserved the Big Island's most luxurious resort and residential area. This is Keauhou, a glamorous world within itself, with hotels, condominiums, 8 restaurants, 30 tennis courts, a championship golf course, plus a shopping village with over 40 merchants. Life is at its finest. The excitement doesn't stop here. Keauhou also offers the ultimate scuba diving, snorkeling, deep-sea fishing, and breathtaking sunset cruises. Keauhou, a world within itself waiting for you.
Get away for the day at beautiful Keauhou Shopping Village with over 40 stores to choose from, like these. Designer's Loft. Professional interior design, furniture, and gifts. Accent on Bed and Bath, the Big Island's complete bed and bath shop. Keauhou Shopping Village, so much to see and do.
Aloha mai, we welcome you to our Keauhou Beach Hotel. Anytime is happy time. For our kama'ainas and visitors, the food is always ono at our Kuakini Terrace. Succulent seafood every weekend. Our sumptuous Sunday brunch, all you can eat. Chinese favorites in the middle of the week. So ono. For the celebrations of your life. E como mai. To the Keauhou Beach Hotel. The true spirit of aloha exists.
Governor John Waihee has declared a November National Hospice Month. So with that in mind, we thought we'd take this opportunity to meet this organization who for many years have helped people lead a higher quality of life in their final days. Hospice is defined as the resting place, a place where one can seek comfort, love, and friendship. For Hospice of Kona, providing these services and more helps them reach out into the community in a positive way. This is Larry Kamai. In January of 1988, Larry was diagnosed as having a rare form of cancer. Over the years, Larry tried his best to do battle with this deadly disease. However, his condition has worsened.
Last year I was more stronger. I was more a bigger type of guy. I lost a lot of weight since last year.
So 6 months ago, Larry decided to call hospice to ask for help.
I needed something to keep me comfortable, you know, and they gave me a bed, like that, a hospital bed, and a wheelchair. Totally, they helped me out. I mean, without them, I would be in more pain, I think.
Hospice of Kona was formed in 1987 and is one of 8 hospices throughout the state.
It's a real pleasure for me to work with Hospice of Kona and be available to people in the community. There's such a need for services for terminally ill patients in Kona. We have a very active board of directors, and we're very well supported by the hospital and the physicians in the area as well. We have seen over 50 clients in the last year at Hospice of Kona. I like to talk about hospice as as living, because we're all on that same journey of dying, but hospice is more about living and quality of life.
One way of helping with the quality of life is through pain management.
People don't have to die in a lot of pain. We have a lot of medical knowledge that we can keep people very comfortable. Morphine pumps, all the newest technology of medication. We have patches that are out now that are for pain management. And there are a lot of resources that we have that we can help people to control their symptoms.
And pain is something Larry is all too familiar with.
A lot of times I wanted to just end it. I tell Sherry, you know, how much more pain, you know, when I can get healed from this cancer. Sometimes I think like that, but then I start praying. Praying really helps me a lot, you know. I believe I have faith, but then sometimes when you're in too much pain, your faith drops, you know, and then you start thinking about, that's enough already, there's too much pain, you know, and you just want to give up. Then I pray to the Lord, and He tells me I have life down here. I have a lot of things to live for. I have so much people that love me so much.
Hospice can also make life a little easier for the caregiver.
They offered to help around the house, you know, offered to help watch him when I need to do things. We don't have to worry about anything.
Anyone that's had someone being responsible for their care for a long period of time knows that you get really exhausted and that you do need help when you're taking care of someone 24 hours a day. Our volunteers are wonderful. They will pitch in and do whatever a family needs, if it's babysitting, picking up medications, sitting with the patient, just holding their hand and talking. They've been a wonderful asset to this program.
And it's the volunteers that are the backbone of the organization.
Right, we need volunteers for so many different things. If people don't want to do direct patient care, we have office work that needs to be done. Fundraising is always a challenge for hospice. We're supported by grants and donations. We're a United Way agency, and the Office of Aging has given us a grant, but fundraising is always a challenge for us to keep our program going.
As a long-term goal, hospice would like to someday offer its people a full-service care facility.
We deal with people fairly frequently who live alone and who are dying. They don't want to be in the hospital or a nursing home, and they don't need to be. And there is no reason why they can't stay at home or some other substitute place of residence. And this building that we are thinking of, and which we will get someday, depending upon how things go, we'll have facilities in it to bring those patients there, and we will have 24-hour nursing care, and we will treat them just like a family member. It will be just a nice, quiet, cool place to be. For one day in intensive care, we can care for that patient for 30 days at the same cost.
All this would help hospice reach its goal of providing its people with a higher quality of life and death with dignity.
A lot of our program is providing support to these people, and to know that you're not alone. You know, you may have a terminal illness, but you're not going to be alone. Someone's going to be there and help walk you along that road and explain what's going to happen and do their best to support you so that you're not alone.
I thank the Lord so much for those people that really care, you know. I mean, there are people who really care about each other. And I'm just so happy.
In a very magical corner of the world, there is a place that still cherishes the good life. A place where people smile and live in an environment of tropically landscaped harmony and panoramic views. This is Keauhou. Keauhou Kona Realty represents properties in Keauhou's newest project, Kaulana, and at Keauhou Estates and the Villas. We also offer resale listings at Ultimate Resort Condominiums. You set the goal of the good life. You've achieved the goal of the good life. Now enjoy and live the good life of Keauhou.
Get away for the day at beautiful Keauhou Shopping Village with over 40 stores to choose from, like these. Baskin Robbins. Now there's more to love us for with our sugar-free and light quarts. Keauhou Village Bookshop, offering the most complete line of books around. Keauhou Shopping Village, so much to see and do.
If you like the looks of those looks you've been getting, remember, nothing looks better on you than Viva 2% milk. It's the perfect complement to a perfect you.
Viva, great looks.
If you love milk, but milk doesn't love you, then discover Viva Acidophilus, the milk that's friendly to your system. It puts all the goodness of milk back within reach.
Viva Good Health.
The Kahilo Theater in Kamuela offers great performances of dance, chamber music, symphonies, a bit of something for everyone. Travel to Hawaii's finest theater, located at the Parker Ranch Center in downtown Waimea, where you and the family can enjoy world-class entertainment. Coming November 15th and 16th, I Remember a Life in Music, starring Richard Smart. It'll be a wonderful show of songs and remembrances of Mr. Smart's career.
Here now is a look at tonight's Keauhou's community billboard. The Daughters of Hawaii, along with their Calabash cousins, invites everyone to attend a happy day at Hulihe'e. It's coming up this Saturday, November 2nd at the Palace. Booths opening beginning at 9 a.m. till 4 in the afternoon. And for the second straight year in a row, Holua Tennis Center will be hosting the Nissan Hawaii Professional Tournament, running Saturday, November 2nd through Sunday, November 10th. This is a 9-day tournament featuring prize monies of $50,000. The Kona Christian Women's Club invites you to attend their Hawaiian Holiday Luncheon Bazaar Friday, November 8th, down at the Hotel King Kamehameha, beginning at 11:30 a.m. The Kona Historical Society will be holding their endowment campaign, featuring images of Kona's past. This is a sampling of the Society's collection of photos. A preview reception is set for Friday, November 8th, beginning at 5 p.m. The Waimea Arts Council will be holding their Upcountry Style Fashion Show Saturday, November 9th, 4 p.m. at the Town Hall, located behind the Kahilo Theater in Waimea. And the Kealakehe Elementary School will be holding their annual Children's Fair Saturday, November 9th, beginning at 9 a.m., featuring a country store and pony rides. If you want to post your event on our billboard, be sure to give us all the information 3 weeks in advance. So send it into Box 715, Kealakekua. And that will conclude tonight's program. Hope you enjoyed the show. Coming up next week, we're going to take a look at a chef's triathlon from Waikoloa Village. And we also have the Big Island Gym Bench Press Classic from the Keauhou Shopping Village. That's going to be a good one, so join us next Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m. here on Channel 6 for another round of Keauhou's Weekly Highlights. I'm Lyman Medeiros. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Good night. Keauhou's Weekly Highlights was brought to you by the Crown Lands of Keauhou, the Keauhou Shopping Village, Keauhou Kona Realty, and the Keauhou Beach Hotel. Be sure to watch for weekly highlights, 6:30 and 7:30 p.m., 7 nights a week, here on Channel 6.
I love the sounds of Christmas, the music and the laughter. And one of my favorites is the sound of the bell that rings beside red kettles like this. This Christmas, the Salvation Army's Kettle Campaign celebrates 100 years of sharing hope. Last year in the United States alone, 7 million people received a helping hand. So please don't walk by without stopping, because Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without the Salvation Army.